Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of the Leveled Up Living podcast. I am so stoked to dive into today's topic because it's something we all have, but often struggle to trust our intuition, that inner voice, gut feeling, or subtle nudge that's always guiding us if we're willing to listen. Today, we're talking about how to enhance your intuitive skills and, most importantly, how to trust your inner guidance when making decisions. Whether you're navigating big life choices or the little day to day stuff, your intuition is your secret weapon for empowered decision making. So, if you're ready to strengthen your relationship with your inner wisdom, grab a cozy spot and let's get into it. Okay, so to start things off, what exactly is intuition? Intuition is that deep internal knowing that doesn't always come from logical reasoning. You can think of it as your soul's GPS, guiding you towards the right choices based on what aligns with your highest good. It's not always loud and clear. In fact, most of the time it whispers. And that's why it can be so hard to hear over the noise of everyday life. But here's the thing, intuition is something we all have, even if we're not tuned into it all the time. The more you practice listening to it, the stronger it gets. So, how can you enhance those intuitive skills? I've got a few practices that have helped me connect to my intuition more deeply, so I will run through those with you. The first one is quiet the mind. Intuition thrives in stillness. When your mind is racing, it can be really tough to hear that subtle inner voice. So try incorporating regular meditation, breath work, or just moments of stillness into your day. Sometimes I even like to just go on a walk by myself, no phone, just to be present in the moment. But the more quiet time you create throughout your everyday, the more room you make for your intuition to speak up. Body awareness. Your body is often the first place intuition shows up. Have you ever had a gut feeling when you felt like something was off? Or maybe a sense of calm in your heart when something feels right? Start paying attention to these physical cues. The more you connect with your body, the easier it becomes to recognize your intuitive signals. Ask for guidance. Do not be afraid to ask your intuition for direction. Pose a question in your mind and then sit with it and be patient. You don't need the answer right away, but simply putting it out there and waiting can lead to those aha moments when you least expect it. Trust the first nudge. This is huge. Often, the very first feeling or thought we have is our intuition, but a lot of times we tend to second guess that. So start noticing when you get those first gut feelings and practice trusting them, okay? Even if they don't always seem logical, just learn to trust your gut. Trust your gut. In journaling, writing down your thoughts, especially when you're faced with a decision, can really help you sort out what's coming from fear or doubt and what's coming from your intuition. Stream of consciousness journaling is a really great way to let your subconscious mind and intuition flow. I'm not sure if any of you guys listening have heard of it, but it's a journaling technique where you let your thoughts, emotions, and anything else that might be in your head flow freely from your pen onto paper. And you can do this on a computer too. You basically are just writing what's going on inside of you the exact same way you're thinking it. Okay, so now that we've covered ways to enhance your intuitive skills, let's talk about the trickiest part, actually trusting it. So many of us feel the nudge of intuition, but hesitate because it doesn't always align with what's logical or what's expected or comfortable. And that's normal. But the more you trust your intuition, the more it will show up for you. So, here are a few ways to strengthen your trust with your intuition. Start small. You don't have to make life altering decisions based on your intuition right away. Start with smaller things like what to eat, who to call, or which route to take home from work. As you see how often your intuition leads you to the right choice, you'll eventually build more trust for your bigger decisions. Release fear of mistakes. One of the reasons we don't trust our intuition is because we are afraid of making a mistake. But I want to ask you this. What if you trusted that even when things don't go as planned, they're still aligning you with your highest path? Release the fear of getting it wrong and trust that your intuition will always lead you where you need to go. Even if it's not the easiest route, it's the needed route. Look back on your life. Reflect on times in your life when your intuition was right, even if you didn't follow it. These moments can remind you of the power your intuition holds. When you see that your gut feeling was on point, it reinforces that trust in your inner guidance. And give yourself grace. It's totally okay if trusting your intuition feels scary at first. The important thing is to start tuning in and taking those small steps. You'll get more comfortable with it over time, and soon you'll notice how much smoother decision making becomes when you just let intuition lead the way. When you start relying on your intuition, you will notice a distinct shift, not just in the decisions you make, but in how you feel about your life. Here's what happens when you lean into your intuitive power: less overthinking. You'll spend less time stuck in analysis paralysis because you trust your gut to guide you. More flow. Life starts to flow more effortlessly because you're making decisions in alignment with your highest self. Greater confidence. Trusting your intuition gives you a deeper sense of confidence and clarity, no matter what life throws at you. And most importantly, when you live in tune with your intuition, you're living authentically, guided by your true self instead of any outside expectations. So, as we wrap up this episode, I want you to know that your intuition is one of your greatest gifts. It's there to guide you, protect you, and help you make decisions that align with your highest path. Trust it, nurture it, and watch as your life transforms when you let your inner wisdom lead the way. Thank you for tuning in today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who might need some intuitive advice. And remember, you've got everything you need inside of you to create the life of your dreams. Trust that inner voice and let it lead the way. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.